5, 4, 3. Okay, I'm just going to start it now. It's the Chunk Podcast. We're back, and this is going to be a traditional Chunk Podcast. The Chunk. This is what it's all about. This is what we started doing, and it's going to be the trifecta: sports, entertainment, gaming, and with JJ actually being late to the party and maybe not making it to the end of this, he had a lot on his list he's been putting off, and we just keep rolling it over for gaming. So we're going to start with sports. We'll get into entertainment. I know we saw the Joker. At least all of us have seen the Joker. We want to hit on that real quick. But we've got Regi. I think we have some of Niki. I think he's here. And I am Justin Doyle. We're here, and we're excited to be back. Regi, what's going on with you, man? I know you, sports-wise, over the weekend, not having a good time with your old Cowboys.
I had a bad weekend. The Cowboys lost their third straight game. They lost to the 0-4 Jets, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I woke up on Monday, and Jason Garrett was still the coach, so not a good weekend.
See, I don't know how that keeps happening. It's like the worst thing. As a Cowboys fan, I get it. You guys have taken some bad L's in the past, but the fact that you continue to wake up and Jason Garrett's still the head coach, I don't know how you do it, to be completely honest with you. But JJ's not here. He was very excited to talk some trash. And by talk trash, I mean just kind of smugly say, like Sam Darnold is the shiznit or something, something like that. Mono can't keep Sam Darnold down, and apparently he's still better than the Cowboys. But they've lost 3 straight after going 3-0 to start the season. Where are you at right now with the Cowboys? I'm just curious. Do you still feel like Super Bowl is within the grasp?
I don't. After the first 3 games, I thought we were a good team, but all those teams weren't very good, so I wasn't really sure yet.
Okay.
And then we started playing some good teams. We played the Packers and the Saints, and we lost to both of them.
Oh,
so.
The Packers are a really good team, so I don't know what to tell you about that. My favorite part about that one is that you came over, and it was like we had a moment where it was like, hey, you're a Cowboys fan, I'm a Packers fan, we should watch the game together.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't that enjoyable. Even as a Packers fan, I was like, man, I really wish they'd throw you a bone. They'd kind of scored a couple touchdowns late to make something out of it, but...
Yeah, they almost came back.
Well, I wouldn't say almost, but yeah, it was... They at least made it interesting, and fantasy-wise, you had a good day. But other than that, I mean, the Cowboys...
Yeah, but they're not playing well. You would hope to at least, if you lose, you play a good game and you just lose. No, we played like poop, and that's what happens. And I don't see us beating playoff teams. We play like an 8-8 team.
Well, yeah, because you haven't beat a team that is actually competing this season yet, and I guess that's still to be decided whether or not it can happen. I mean, you're still technically first in the division from what I'm seeing, but it's not going to be good if you're going to stumble into the playoffs with an 8-8 record. That'd be pretty embarrassing.
No.
Another thing in the NFL that we want to get to, and as a Packers fan, I feel like I need to address the Lions-Packers game. Monday Night Football. I stayed up way too late on a school night. I mean, I have to wake up like 4 o'clock in the next morning to go to work, and I stayed up and watched the whole thing. I did not feel good going to sleep after watching that game, and I don't think it's fair to the Lions fans out there. Listen, I'm in a weird situation. I'm happy we won. I'm not at all thrilled with how we did it. And the referees absolutely gave the game to the Packers. I'd like to think that even without the calls that we would have made up for some of those. Like Aaron Rodgers would have pulled some miracle out of his butt cheeks. But that's what I'm saying. I after watching it, I just think I almost want to give the win. Like if we could just do like a charitable donation and just give the W to the Lions, I think we should do that just for karma purposes, because moving forward, I don't feel good about what's coming for the Packers.
I didn't watch the game, so there's that. But I did hear about all the bad calls and the refereeing and all that BS. I think here's what the NFL needs to do. They need to hire more refs during the games and then get rid of all this pass interference challenge bullcrap. Like just play the game and just make the rules less stringent. They throw flags every 3 plays. That's so annoying.
Yeah, they're talking about doing like a sky ref, where it's like the referee who can see all with all the cameras and just be in like a suite and wind up refereeing from that on top of what's on the field. But the referees absolutely stole that game from the Lions, and I feel really dirty about it. And I just want it to come clean. We don't have to get into it too much because, I mean, the Packers got the win. So, I mean, you
got it, but you didn't earn it.
I'm not too mad about it, but I mean, I could see as a Lions fan, you want to come at me, you want to be upset. I understand.
Lions, man, that's an NFL fan. We all got ripped off of a good game.
Yeah, okay, I hear you, but I mean, I'm happy with the way it turned out. So I won't. I told you I lost a little bit of sleep that night. All right, on Monday night, I will admit, I tossed and turned a little bit, and then I woke up the next day, completely forgot about it. So I just wanted to address it. So my chi and my karma, everything's all level here. Okay, I get you. I hear you, Lions fans. I'm sorry. And moving forward, I hope something good comes back to you, which it probably won't happen. It hasn't happened in years. Anyway, so that'll wrap up, I think, the NFL aspect. I just wanted to hit those 2 points. And real quick, the NBA is coming. Preseason's been happening, and Lakers fans are already insufferable. It's already happening. I'm seeing it all over the place. I get it. You guys got LeBron and AD. I don't. You're not even okay. I've seen a couple things posted online of Lakers fans and who have just now become Lakers fans, by the way, basically already crowning themselves champions. And I don't feel good about that. I don't think they should feel good about that. But the worst part about it is there's the LeBron followers are now teamed up with the already insufferable Lakers fans. And we've got this concoction of just arrogance and cockiness, and I'm not ready for it.
Oh, we've dealt with several years of quote-unquote Warriors fans.
Yeah, okay.
And everybody doing their thing.
But that's the thing is they're saying that they're the best team in the league already. They had LeBron last year. They didn't make the playoffs. And granted, he was hurt.
LeBron only, but it's completely different roster.
Is it completely different? If anything, they're...
Completely.
I don't think it's complete. Okay, listen. I don't think it's completely different. You just added Anthony Davis.
Oh, they added Anthony Davis. They added DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, his corpse. They have Dwight Howard.
DeMarcus Cousins' corpse isn't running out in the court. He's not playing. He's done. That ship has sailed.
I just said corpse. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying none of these people were there last year.
Look,
and you have Anthony Davis.
All I'm saying is don't come at me.
Danny Green, Anthony Davis, Quinn Cook.
Okay,
that's a squad, right?
Don't come at me saying you're the best team in the league when you're not even the best team playing in the stadium that you play in. You're not even the best team in the city that you play. The Clippers are a better team than the Lakers.
Are they, though?
Top to bottom.
I feel like
they didn't have Paul George till freaking the All-Star break.
Top to bottom, they're the better team. And I will argue this till I'm blue in the face. I just think that you're overlooking, arguably, I actually think, in my opinion, and maybe I might be the only one, but Kawhi Leonard, I think, is the best player in the league today, right now.
Yeah, but I'll take AD.
You and Max Kellerman agree with that, but other than that, not many people will agree.
I don't understand why people wouldn't agree with that. After what you just saw Kawhi Leonard do on the Raptors, I don't, and in his history with LeBron, I don't understand why you wouldn't think Kawhi Leonard over LeBron right now.
It's too difficult to say. Kawhi excels on the defensive end, and he was their primary scorer on that team. But
he can get a bucket whenever he wants a bucket.
Better than LeBron James.
I'm just saying. If he wants a bucket, he can get a bucket.
How about Paul George, though? I'm taking AD for Paul George.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. I think AD...
Kawhi is better than LeBron, but not that much.
I think Kawhi is the best player. AD is the second best player. And then, honestly, fully healthy Paul George today, it's a toss-up between LeBron and Paul George. I'm not kidding.
And LeBron?
Yes.
Are you high and drunk?
I'm not high or drunk. I just know that I haven't seen LeBron James play defense in 2 years.
Who cares about defense?
I'll tell you, championship teams care about defense.
Like Paul George is so good, he wouldn't have lost to the Trailblazers in the first round.
It's the freaking Thunder. That's a different story.
LeBron's not in the first round.
LeBron didn't make the playoffs last year.
He was hurt.
Okay. He was hurt.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm not here trying to spew.
I got sent to New Orleans.
I'm not here to spew blasphemy. All right. I'm just.
That's what you're doing.
It's not blasphemy. It's real. This is a real thing. I'm just saying.
All right. Let's put all the BS aside. The Lakers are the best in California. They're better than the Clippers, by far.
No.
Avery Bradley, Danny Green, Rondo, LeBron, AD.
These are all players.
AD, did you see that one play? I forgot who. I think it was LeBron was driving. He tosses it up to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis tosses it behind everybody else to a flying Dwight Howard. There's too much height.
Okay,
Dwight Howard 2.0.
Who on the Clippers can stop a pick and roll with LeBron James and AD?
Kawhi and Paul George.
Get out of here. All
I'm
right,
just
we're
saying.
done with this conversation.
They got Montrezl Harrell.
Patrick Beverly?
No, they got Lou Williams coming off the bench. Pat Beverly is a solid point guard for defense, obviously, and he'll be a good point guard for them. Zubac is the center that the Lakers gave to them for nothing. Zubac is going to punish them. I'm telling you. I know it's not a big name, but I think Zubac over Dwight Howard, and I'm not even kidding.
I think you forgot that Dwight Howard got his glute fixed last year, so he's back.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear. I'm sorry. Listen, I get it. You have there's Anthony Davis and there's LeBron James, and then outside of that, if you look at every player on that roster, it's players that peaked 5+ years ago. Their best days are long gone.
Players that have been all-stars.
I'm just saying.
Players that have proven themselves in the league over the last decade.
They have been. When was the last time they were all-stars? 2010? I mean, I'm not knocking them. They're going to be a top 3 team.
LeBron and AD.
Exactly. All you need is LeBron and AD. Give either one of them the ball.
I disagree.
They immediately draw the attention. All they have to do is toss up in the air. That's like Lob City 3.0. Toss it in the air, and one of those massive individuals will get it.
I respectfully disagree. I know that they're going to be a top 3, top 5 team. That's a no-brainer. They're making the playoffs. They're going to make a run probably to the Western Conference Finals if it works out for them in the bracket. I'm just saying next year when finals come around and they're not there, I'm just saying it's
people like you is what brings out these annoying Laker fans. Like, I don't want them to succeed, but you can't deny what you're about to witness.
Doyle, let's just say the Clippers and Lakers are the 1 and 2 seed.
Yes.
Who's going to beat the Lakers on the way to the Western Conference Finals?
You're saying so aside from the Clippers, who do you think is gonna? Yeah. Who do I think is gonna? Who could beat them?
Yeah, no one.
Honestly, maybe the Utah Jazz.
Oh my God.
The Denver Nuggets, and I bet I'm not kidding. I don't know why you guys are so fascinated with this top team or the top player hype.
Fascinated, but you're throwing out ridiculous non-facts.
These are not non-facts. All right, these are not non-facts. These are teams.
All right, this conversation just made me do it.
What's that?
Lakers are going to the finals this year. Done. I'm done.
So
listen,
okay,
those teams have better rosters than the Lakers. Yeah, okay, and they're deeper. But in the playoffs, when you play like 7-8 guys, it's about being top heavy.
Yeah,
if you have the better players, you're gonna go further.
But that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing. I think the Nuggets, top to bottom, are a better team. I think they have a chance to beat them in the playoffs. Obviously, they haven't actually proven much in the playoffs. So I would think maybe in a playoff series, LeBron and AD would beat them. But I wouldn't put it past the Nuggets to take them out, and I wouldn't put it past the Jazz to sneak one out. I'm just saying, this is my thought. And if we come back to this in the future, I could be dead wrong, and that's fine, and I will be okay with that. But today, the Clippers are the best team in the Western Conference. They're the best team in LA, and I don't think there's much to be said about that. I don't think you can't gut an entire team like the Lakers did to get one player and still think you have depth.
They received more than one player. I don't understand why you're talking about they only have AD.
They gave up every player that they had potential for Anthony Davis, and I get it. I would do the same thing.
What bothers you?
I would do the same thing. I'm telling you, I would do the same thing. I'm telling you what they have remaining is not enough to make it to the NBA Finals. I don't think it is.
More than enough. It's enough to win it.
Okay. All right. We talked way too long about this. I think we can move on. We'll put a pin in it. I don't think any of our opinions are going to change until we actually see it. I just wanted to say...
You saw Zion, the rookie who hasn't played an actual NBA game, just preseason, bully your boy Rudy Gobert, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Guess who's not going to be playing day one of this season? It's Zion. He's already hurt his knee. He's got knee soreness. He's sitting out, and apparently it's not just like a casual rest situation. It's like something's wrong with his knee.
He's too big.
He's too damn big. I don't know.
Jump on his knee. He's the heaviest player in the league, and he's 19. He's like 6'6".
That's a problem. All right, that's gonna wrap up sports. We'll come back. I'm gonna save this audio. Obviously, we're gonna come back to this as the season progresses.
Barring injury, the Lakers are going all the way.
And we're forgetting Paul George had 2 major shoulder surgeries. He's not come back till November at the earliest. We're just gonna automatically assume he's gonna be good.
Yes. We are.
Okay.
I think, all you have to do is keep them afloat to the playoffs, and they'll be fine. They're going to make the playoffs. I think it's a no-brainer. But anyway, listen, we should have probably like a preseason pick'em like like we did with the Lakers or with the NBA last year. I think we should kind of make our picks and Niki just went out and said it. He thinks the Lakers are making it to the finals. Do you think they're winning the finals? Who are they going to wind up playing?
I don't know about that yet.
They're going to play.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they won it, but I don't know yet.
I mean, they have the Bucks, the 76ers, and there's really, I mean, right now, there's not really a lot of other teams coming out of the East. Maybe the Celtics, selfishly, I think, could put it together and make a run. I don't think they can make it to the finals.
How about the Knicks, though? The Knicks are pretty deep. They have like 8 power forwards.
The Knicks, I think, are honestly going to finish first in the lottery. So that's good.
I hope.
Yeah, I think they might get the top pick this year. No.
Probably get
Melo Ball.
Okay.
Never lost.
We're getting out of here. We're getting crazy. We want to shift over to entertainment real quick. I wanted to address Disney Plus. I this is not a commercial. I don't want to make a commercial for it, but I am so excited for Disney Plus. I don't know. My face is gonna fall off. I saw that they have these 90s cartoons that I grew up watching, like the X-Men series or the Spider-Man series, the animated series, and the Gargoyles series. I have never been happier. When I saw that they put Gargoyles in, they basically instantly got my money. It's a no-brainer. I'm going to be getting in on Disney Plus all the original programming that they've got coming from the MCU. I'm getting Disney Plus. I don't know about you guys. Are you guys interested in Disney Plus?
I'm not. Can I borrow your Disney Plus password? Because I'm interested in like watching it, maybe here and there, but I don't want to buy it.
Okay, well,
there'll be a few shows, so if you wouldn't mind sending me the password, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Okay, just so Disney knows, if they're listening right now, this is not something I'm actually going to do. Wink, wink. Also, I'm gonna need a couple fantasy football players if I'm gonna be giving out logins. So we'll have to factor that into
Juju.
It. Okay, I'll give you Juju for my login. Or no, you give me Juju, I'll give you my login. How about that? Deal?
I'll take it.
That's how low Juju has fallen. Okay.
Let me get Juju, Niki.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we can make this discussion off the air. I know Juju's such a hot commodity this season. He's played so well. Let's move on to the Joker real quick. Maybe not real quick. We could talk about it for a little bit. But the Joker, we've seen it. It was incredible, and it made me uncomfortable, which means that's like all the signs of a good movie, right?
Yeah, for sure. I thought the Joker was one of the better movies I've seen in a long, long time. And it was really good. It was really dark, really well acted by Joaquin Phoenix. It was awesome.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix absolutely crushed it. I'm not 100% sure. Is he? I mean, I wish we would have gotten a Heath Ledger movie like this. And I know it wasn't in the cards, obviously, after The Dark Knight with what happened with Heath Ledger. But if Heath Ledger was in a movie like this with his Joker, not that this movie wasn't amazing, but it just made me want to see more of Heath Ledger. Joaquin Phoenix is amazing, and I do want to see more of this iteration of the Joker. I just miss freaking Heath Ledger, man.
Rest in peace.
It made me so sad.
All the good ones die young.
Oh, but it was overall amazing movie. I would give it like a 9 out of 10. Just there were a couple long drawn out scenes that just made me very uncomfortable, and I love that. I didn't hate it. It wasn't uncomfortable where I wanted to walk out. It was uncomfortable where I was like,
I was on the edge of my seat the whole movie. Like there was not 1 minute where I was like bored or not interested. Like I was involved the whole time.
Yeah, there were some scenes in that movie that were like my jaw dropped. I was like, this just went from 0 to 100 in like a millisecond, and it was amazing. The way it ended, I'm excited to see where they take it next. What are they planning next? Are they going to do a sequel? I think they kind of have to at this point with how much money it made. But are they going to introduce other characters? Like they made it a point to just be like, this is only a Joker movie. It's a standalone Joker movie, and they did put Bruce Wayne in, which is cool. He was obviously a child, but it was a very weird. Like Bruce Wayne is much younger than Joker in this universe, so I'm not sure how that's going to play out moving forward because he is just a regular dude. I don't know. It's weird. How can you really build off this and move forward without eventually bringing in Batman and Bruce Wayne? It's going to be tough.
Well, I feel like the movie was more like a standalone film. Like it wasn't meant to be in any type of universe or continuation. It was just like a masterpiece of a movie that just happened to be a superhero villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And but when a movie makes this much money and people love it so much, it did so well. Like even critics loved it, which is unheard of for most superhero movies aside from the latest MCU movies. And I think that's only because of how long it took them to build that world. The Joker just comes in and cinematically, it's being applauded by these critics, which is unseen. So I'm trying to figure out, you can't turn your head and be like, nope, that was it. That's a masterpiece. We're done. Some greedy little schmuck is going to come out and be like, guys, we should make another one. And then that's when the slippery slope starts.
I don't see Phoenix making like a superhero movie. You know what I mean? Like with him being the bad guy, and then that was like Batman, and then he's like fighting back and forth. I don't see him doing that.
Yeah. Niki, do you think
the movie centered around him would be mostly him? It wouldn't have like a hero to stop his day or something like that. It'd just be
just another day in the life
what he's going through.
Yeah, just another day in the life of more Joker. But at this point, when you've seen the creation of him, how much more is there of him without Batman?
See what he actually does. Like follow his life.
Yeah, he's just going to be up to no good. But who's going to stop him? That's the thing. Like if he's unmatched in the entire movie, like a sequel, I just think at some point you need an opposition. I just don't know what's going to happen.
But at the same time, if you want to keep it grounded in somewhat reality, you can follow the journey of his mastermind plan. Like watch him plan something masterful out, and just watch throughout the course of the movie.
Okay, all right. I listen.
Yeah,
but source whatever he's looking for, make it happen.
I mean, you're gonna have a Batman at some point in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Eventually, you'll get somebody trying to stop him, or maybe one of the other people in his rogues gallery. There's other vigilantes out there. It's just
I guess you could bring in some other
another Joker movie, not have Batman be Batman.
Yeah,
but at this point in his life, how old is Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was just like a 10-year-old, maybe not even that. So you're at least you're going to have to advance it 10 years to get a competent, or at least a starting up fledgling Batman, right? Like
yeah,
like a 20-year-old Batman, I would think, after he's gone through that.
At the same time, there were many moments in the movie where confirmed yet, but it seems like these things took place in his mind.
I know that's another thing. The way it ended, you're not 100% sure on what was real and what wasn't.
Yeah, like his girlfriend thing, that was wild.
Oh my god!
Like the girlfriend thing, like there was that scene where he just like had this massive rush of confidence, and they met up at her apartment and did grown-up things. But I don't think that actually happened.
It didn't happen.
No, it didn't. You saw at the end when he was sitting on the couch.
Definitely didn't happen. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. But yeah,
he goes through it, and he goes through like a flashback, and then he gets to her house, and she's like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
I guess yeah.
No, that was definitely what happened. Is he envisioned, and they went back and showed all the scenes where she was in, and then took her out of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like the hospital and the stand up.
Like, oh shit! It was all in his head. He's really fucking crazy.
Yeah. So and then what I'm assuming is that I would hope at least that was the only part of the movie that was imagined in his head, because it was what happened after was so beautifully chaotic that if that was fake and it was all dream, then I'm disappointed in the movie. I would be.
Well, I mean, not to be disappointed. It's kind of like so they can whatever they want.
It is kind of like a ripcord. It's basically like, okay, it all wasn't real. There's not going to be a sequel. It was just some crazy guy. Boom, we're done. Enjoy your movie. Which is that's an easy way out. But when you bring in Bruce Wayne and we get to watch his parents die again for the 500th time. I don't know. It's what are we gonna do next? I don't know. Maybe there won't be anything.
But like I like how it's kind of ambiguous. Like there's no answers. You kind of have your own answers. Like is he really crazy? Like is he in an insane asylum, or is it in his head?
Yeah.
That's the thing with Joker. Nobody ever knows with him, because this is just like I said in the comics. This is just one of the versions of his origin story. But there's no canon origin.
And that scene at the end with Robert De Niro, obviously as the late night host. I thought it was going to go a little differently, and at least in the comics or some of the animated movies, they've gone a little differently, where it was a little more mass terrorism, I would say, than a blatant murder. But that definitely took me by surprise. Because you couldn't tell whether he was going to back out of it or what was going to happen. But
I definitely knew he was going to do it.
You thought he was going to follow through?
No, I thought, okay, he brought his gun. He's definitely not going to kill himself. So
Oh yeah. He definitely wasn't going to kill himself, but I just wasn't
I don't know.
sure.
I bought it. I felt like he might actually do it in this movie. I'm like, I don't know. The back of my head says it's Joker. He has a whole long legacy to live up to, but I bought that he was actually that close to it.
Yeah.
No, I knew he was gonna kill him. This is gonna, because he's gonna kill him. It's gonna set off all the riots and everything. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, and it is going to be weird, or it would be nice to see what happened, like the aftermath of what happened. Joker basically runs the city now with his little posse, and there's no opposition. So that's what I'm confused about is what if we're 10 years away from Batman, what is the Joker going to do in 10 years? There won't be any humans left. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I think that's Batman's kind of motivation to become Batman, because you see this guy running the city for a long time and like kill your parents, or be the reason why your parents are dead.
Yeah,
and that'll motivate you to become a superhero.
Yeah,
I can easily see other Batman villains just coming from the chaos out of this.
Yeah, and other villains.
Yeah. Okay. And then what is it going to be? Villain on villain, like action?
I mean, it'll be. If you've seen Gotham, whatever, like the city just goes to crap for a very long time. There's like certain sections of Gotham, and that's their territory.
Yeah,
it'll be chaos.
Yeah,
I can't even go in there because it's just too much. It's too intense.
Yeah,
it'll be chaos, and Gotham's gonna need a hero.
And the hero is Harvey Dent. And then
can we trust him?
And then it's not the hero anymore. He's not the hero. But yeah, okay. So that could also buy some time if they wanted to build on from that. But yeah, no. Overall, Joker, I thought it was amazing. I'm excited for it to come out on Blu-ray. I'm gonna scoop it up.
I definitely want to see it again.
Oh yeah,
I'd see it again right now.
Also, just for clarification, that first time on the late night show, that was also in his head, right?
Yes. Yeah. The hug scene. It was what he wanted. Like that's his his dream was to go on there and just be accepted by everybody and the guy he idolized so much. He just wanted a father figure, really, and he didn't have that, and he wanted him to be it. And that's when he saw him being made fun of on TV by the guy he respected and kind of probably thought like that was the closest thing to a father figure he had, even though he never met the guy. That was definitely one of the things that flicked the switch.
Do you guys think? Spoiler alert. Do you guys think he's Bruce Wayne's brother?
No, that was something his mom made up because she was insane and he's got those characteristics.
Did you make it up, or is he trying to hide something? There's a combination of both.
Yeah, who
knows?
That
would be interesting, but I really think that was made up.
I did believe it for a second.
Ambiguous thing.
I did believe it for a second there too, but then when you get into like the lore and everything, obviously this could be obviously this is a different iteration of the Joker. But I think that's just too much. I think that would be way too much.
Was the thing? It said he was adopted, right, by her.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
He abused or whatever. But yeah, he was adopted. There was no way.
Yeah, but you don't think
blood anyway.
Thomas Wayne could manufacture these documents? He's the richest guy in Gotham with a lot of power.
It's possible.
All right, you're right. That I'm not gonna take it off the table, but at the same time, they did try to debunk that to show that she was.
Yeah, and maybe he is crazy, but maybe
he got it. It passed on to him,
and that's a good alibi.
It's definitely
crazy. He adopted somebody, put in the papers. Sure.
Yeah, there's a possibility it's real, but if it is, I'd be really upset. I think that's too far. I think that's too much to make them brothers. I think that would be really weird. But I mean, who knows? We don't know what could happen.
Interesting. I don't know.
It'd be a twist. I don't think we've ever seen.
Twist.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a twist like that, and at least I haven't in the Batman-Joker relationship. That would be very strange. So, okay, overall good movie. We can get out of entertainment. We're going to jump into gaming real quick. We don't have much because JJ's not here still. So JJ's got a bunch of stuff I think in the future podcast he wants to riff on. But real quick, the PS5, PlayStation 5, is scheduled for release holiday 2020 of next year. Niki, I just want to hear from you. Too soon? Is it too soon? I'm still having fun with my PS4. Is it too soon for PS5?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I feel like, but I mean, judging by the last few generations, it's about right.
Yeah, I feel like we just got the PlayStation 4 Pro. You know what I mean?
But think about it. We this PS4 thing was what? It's like 5 or 6 years old. We've had a lot of time with it.
We have, but I mean, how much
the generation gap was not the same.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, how much better graphics are we gonna get? Like, is it worth it? I don't know. I mean,
I feel like it'll still be worth it. Like, loading times now will be like 15-second loading screen to like maybe 2 second.
Oh yeah, that would be nice, obviously. But I feel like the PlayStation Pro kind of fix some of that. But I mean, obviously, okay, listen, PlayStation 5, if it's cool, it's cool. They better come out with guns blazing. Like we need exclusives
they
right
need to come
away.
out hard because I remember just you and I, we were just playing regular PSN games for the first 4 or 5 months, just waiting for something good to release.
DC Universe Online just because it was there and free, and that was a game that came out on computer like 10 years prior. So yeah, it was that was fun. It was slim pickings early on in the PS4 game, but I'm glad I chose PS4. I will likely choose PS5 when it comes out. Yeah. But I am going to do my due diligence and compare the two like we did last time and make sure.
I feel like there's no comparison at this point. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
I know and trust Sony at this point, and I'm sticking with it.
All right, that's fair. Okay, so I just want to throw that out there. On the Chunk's Facebook page, you can search it, The Chunk, on Facebook. Give us a like, at The Chunk Pod on Twitter, Instagram. We shared the photo, but it's a comparison between PlayStation 5 and PS4 Pro. It just obviously all the details, the CPU, the GPU, optical drives. It's going to be pretty sweet. Where you'll be able to actually do 4K Blu-rays on the PS5. I've been rolling with my PS4 since day one. It's been perfectly fine, and I'm excited for the 4K Blu-ray though. That's going to be pretty sweet. But you can see that on our page. You guys want to give any shout-outs to anybody? You want to wish your Cowboys good luck? What do you want to do? We're about done here. And
if the Cowboys lose on Sunday, I'm not watching any more games the rest of the year.
Is that are you willing to double down on that? That's real. That's 100% real because I feel like
double down, triple down, never lost.
Okay, all right. That's a bold prediction. I'm excited to see who they wind up playing this weekend.
The Eagles, the division game.
Oh boy, that's a tough get.
Do or die.
All right, so basically what you're saying is you're done watching the Cowboys.
Yeah,
okay.
Until Jason Garrett gets fired.
Okay, which honestly, if they lose this one, it has to happen.
It does. Well, then, but the thing is, who else are we going to hire?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You need a scapegoat. It's Jason Garrett. So, okay. Right. All right, so thank you, Regi. Thank you, Niki. On the next podcast, we'll get JJ. He wants to dive deep into the gaming. And thank you to myself for being awesome. My name is Justin. Sorry, I had to give myself a shout out just for fun. But thank you for listening to the Chunk Podcast. Please, if you're on iTunes, or even if you're not listening on iTunes, head over to iTunes and subscribe, give a review. It would be very appreciated. That would be awesome. And thank you so much for listening. It's the Chunk Podcast, and we will be back in the future.
Chunk.